Let's see this cover. Christy has high-waisted jeans and Emily's gigantic for a 2-year-old. Karen's shirt is a different color, and it has more writing than the other two shirts combined, because she's the most important. Sounds like one of Karen's ideas to me.
Argofont Book Review, Argofont Book Review.
Karen tries to dress up the family cat in a baby bonnet. The cat refuses to go along with this because it's a cat. Karen complains she needs her own cat because that way she'll have a pet to play dress up with. Yeah, whatever, Karen. The cat won't wear doll clothes no matter who its owner is. Karen goes to Dad's house where Emily, the 2-year-old, is crying. Karen is mad because nobody is paying attention to her. They're all paying attention to Emily. How dare they try to soothe a crying child? Karen should always come first in their lives. The next morning, Karen wakes up mad because Emily cried during the night. Karen is so upset with Emily, she prepares a nasty, sarcastic response just in case someone asks her about her mood. But she shouldn't have bothered because nobody pays attention to her at breakfast. They're all paying attention to the sick baby who won't stop crying. How rude and inconsiderate. Karen shouts to get everyone's attention, but that just makes the baby cry harder, and Karen gets scolded. Karen gets grumpy when they run out of her special cereal, and she yells at the baby when she knocks food over. Again, Emily starts crying, and Karen is scolded. I'm sensing a pattern here. Emily gets taken to the hospital. It's decided she'll get surgery in 2 weeks. Karen complains, because that means adults will pay attention to Emily again. Karen doesn't want Emily to get better if that means taking attention away from Karen. Karen spends the rest of the time trying to get attention by singing, doing gymnastics, and being naughty. Nothing works, and Karen is gigundo grumpy. Also, she has totally lost my sympathy as a narrator at this point. Karen is such a spoiled brat. Karen goes back to Mom's house and continues complaining. Somehow, Karen turns I had a bad weekend into I need to have a pet. Mom agrees Karen needs a pet, so either Mom is a pushover or she just agreed to it to get Karen to shut up. Karen finds an injured baby bird in the backyard. She decides it will be her new pet. She's surprisingly responsible when it comes to taking care of the bird. She shows it off at school, and everyone's impressed with her. See, that's how life should work. Everyone should be focused on Karen all the time. The phone rings and Karen answers. She starts to introduce herself as the famous Karen. The ego on this kid, seriously. But Mom is within earshot, so Karen introduces herself by her normal name. Christy's on the phone. It turns out Christy calls Karen 2 or 3 times a week. So she spends more time with Karen than Karen's dad does. Gotcha. They start talking about Emily's upcoming hospital visit, and Christy guilt trips Karen by saying Emily's scared to go through painful surgery in a place filled with strangers. Karen has a change of heart, and she feels bad for spending most of the book insulting a 2-year-old. Karen makes Emily a get-well-soon card, and she's extra nice to Emily that weekend. Karen is happy when Emily seems to like her best. She's even a little mad when other people cut in on her Emily time. Quite a change from the start of the book. Back at Mom's, Karen's bird learns how to fly. It escapes from the house and lives in the yard now. Karen is happy and sad at the same time. Mom makes it up to Karen by getting her a pet rat, who she names Emily Jr. The end. Post-book follow-up. Here's the Karen drinking game. As you can see, Karen was a gigundo complainer in this book. It was pretty bad, and I didn't like reading about Karen in full brat mode. Like, geez, Karen, Emily is so sick she has to be taken to a doctor. Please try to cut her some slack. She's just a baby, after all. Karen's brattiness ruined the book for me. I like the story of Karen learning to love her little sister, but it starts with Karen selfishly trashing this poor kid over and over again. As a reader, I gave up on enjoying the book a few chapters in. The storyline about the bird was much better, but Karen retained just enough of her usual, I'm gonna make this all about me attitude to keep me from fully embracing the story. The bird subplot and last book's school picture subplot were both good storylines that didn't involve Karen being a brat. I wish the series would continue in that positive direction. Dad first adopted Emily in Babysitter's Club Book 24, which came out 10 months before this book was published. I find it odd that it took so long for Karen to acknowledge Emily's existence. I mean, in the last book, Karen made fun of Ricky for being adopted. That's not exactly the kind of insult you'd say when you have an adopted sister yourself. I'm glad they did do an Emily book, even if it was later than expected. Overall, this book is making me worried about the series. This is not the first book where Karen is a huge, selfish brat. She learns that being a brat is wrong, and she goes right back to being a brat at the start of the next book, so she can learn the same lesson again. She's been a brat to her friends, her classmates, and now her little sister. Who will Karen be mean to next? I give Babysitter's Little Sister number 6, Karen's Little Sister, a thumbs down.